Wedgie is a citizen science project, but it's also, from my point of view, heavily an education project about getting young people, middle-aged people and the older people involved in learning more about wedge-tailed eagles.
It's pretty simple, but it's a slightly different form of survey to what people have done in the past.
And you'll be one of hundreds of people that are hopefully covering little areas all throughout Tasmania looking for eagles at the exact same time.
So the first thing we'd like you to do is to book the square that you want to do your survey on your particular day or days. You'll see on the website the default you'll come to is Friday. Make sure you choose the right date. You might prefer to do it on Saturday or Sunday. Online we've got a map of Tasmania where you can book the square that you're planning to do. And we really urge you to do your survey, if at all possible, in a priority square. Perhaps that's private land, but perhaps it's somebody you know that you might chat up and be able to visit their land and do the survey. Next, it'd be great if you could check out your square. Maybe this is an area you don't know very well, and we certainly don't want you to commit to something that you don't feel safe doing. It's totally your call whether you want to do the survey or not. We do not want anybody to put themselves at risk. So check it out, and also check where you might do ideally 6 different spots if you can, across the square where you might be looking for eagles. Maybe look for somewhere where you get a really good view, or somewhere where you get a nice view of the forest edge where you might see them perched. So the 10-minute survey, ideally with 3 people. Maybe one of you is a fabulous birder, you don't all have to be, but make that the person who's holding the binoculars. If you've got a mate with a decent camera, definitely bring them along, and then bring somebody who is happy to scribble down the data. Basically spend 10 minutes looking to see what birds of prey you can see, and also sulphur-crested cockatoos and corellas. After the 10 minutes are up, perhaps you've got an alarm set, boop, boop, boop. That's the end of your 10 minutes. That's when we'd like you to upload the information, if possible, on the app that we're going to be providing you. If you're not in coverage, you can store it for later, but do, if you can possibly use the app while you're there, that's a great opportunity to register your location.
So it's a very good reason we want people to go to these odd spots and cover the priority squares, because what kills a survey like this is people changing their mind at the last minute and introducing bias. The other thing I think is scanning properly. By scanning, I mean having a good look around using your eyes. Terribly unfashionable these days, but the naked eye is the best way to scan for something to check. If you scan using binoculars, you won't have enough time in the survey to do it accurately. When I do these sorts of surveys, a point survey, these are called, I do a slow scan, and it might take me a minute to look around, have a really good look. Then you can check things with binoculars. And that first really good look is where you'll see most of the things you're going to see. A bird might come into vision, but keep looking the whole time. And the beauty of having several people is one person can scan, the other person write. If you start writing yourself, you'll lose focus. So use your eyeball, but check with binoculars.
In areas all across the state, we want an even sample of all sorts of habitats so that we get a proper idea of where the eagles are, and also, really important, where they aren't on the day. So it's quite possible that the results might surprise some people, and we really want people to have confidence in these results, whatever they say. So we need to be able to demonstrate that we've got reliable information, and a photograph will let us do that.
And the digital camera means the photos can be emailed around experts, and we can soon sort out what it probably is, or maybe we can decide what it isn't and sort out the record. Blaze away, I suggest. It's not film, it doesn't cost that much.
And that way, I think we'll end up with a project over the long term that people have really good confidence in. See what you can do to really make sure you've got your skills up. In particular, to be really confident that you can identify a wedge-tailed eagle from other things. There are a few other species that might catch you by surprise.
So some people will be very sure what they see, but they'll still get stuff wrong, right? Just like I do.
And we've got a lot of information online. It's accumulating of our training resources. And of course, there are great field guides.
If you're not sure what it is, don't take a wild guess. It's better to have an unknown. I know it was an eagle, but I wasn't sure what species. Some comment to that effect than having a wrong identification.
Remember that this is a fun day out. You may well not see a wedge-tailed eagle or any other of the target species, but as we've said, it's just really important to get this information whether or not you actually see anything. That's all part of it. So come ready to just really enjoy your day in the bush.